What's good, family? It's your boy Buddha. And the Yes Ma'am campaign is in full effect. Yes, everybody in YSL is taking pleas like when Oprah was giving out cars. You get a plea, you get a plea, you get a plea, you get a plea. Everybody is taking pleas. They out here, they pushing pleas. You know what I'm saying? Now, and for the people that keep saying, what if Young Thug told him to do it? The mama told the brother to do it. What if it's a play? What if it, listen to me and listen to me good. Young Thug lawyer cannot run a play when every plea is against your client. And y'all heard the prosecutor lady say, we only want the leader. Y'all heard that lady say that. So y'all know they only want Thug. So now we up to 7 people. So I got Mr. Obama in here, but I'm going to let y'all hit Mr. Sledge first. And I just want to let y'all know, man, this Yes Ma'am campaign is out of control. So from now on, if I hear you saying yes ma'am under any circumstance that ain't involving your mama or an older lady, an elder or something, I'm just going to assume you're a rat. Yeah, I'm going to assume you're a rat. I'm going to assume you're going to tell, because this makes no sense at all. Everybody take DNA agreements is outrageous. 15 years probation, 20 years probation. Check, you got a curfew. Some of them gonna go back. They not gonna do that, bro. You got a curfew. You can't be around nobody from the gang. You can't be around. If you got family members and all that in the gang, see, if you from the streets, you already know they ain't completing these probations. Some of these probations impossible to complete. They just gave them rules that you might as well just sat in jail and fought and seen what was gonna happen. But this right here, come on, man. They letting these boys out to bring them back, so they gonna really tell it all on Thugger. Yeah, we got your plea statement, but what do you want to say now? Because you know now you done broke your probation, and if you don't do what we asked you to do, no, we can go ahead and give you that 20 years with no problem. Man, it's a mess, but I'm finna go on because we got a lot of video to watch. So I'm gonna go ahead, get to these videos, man, show y'all how the Yes Ma'am campaign in full effect. And I just don't see Young Thug coming home no time soon. But we about to get into it, though.
Mr. Sledge, has your attorney advised you of the minimum and maximum sentence for each charge that you are pleading guilty to today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the minimum sentence for conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act is 5 years, and the maximum is 20 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the sentence for violation of count 30 of this indictment, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, as in OCGA 1611-133, is 15 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this is a negotiated plea of guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or use a firearm in a crime, you will be guilty of a felony which may carry a sentence of 1 to 15 years in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you waive any and all offenses, including any mental health offenses, by entering a plea of guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you have the right to a trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and confront witnesses called to testify against you, and the right to testify to remain silent and not incriminate yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up the following rights, and after each right, I want you to answer if you understand that, okay?
Yes.
First, the right to a trial by jury.
Yes.
Next, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
The right
Which means that the state will recommend to the court the following sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
As to count 1, 15 years to serve on probation, subject to the special conditions contained in the plea agreement that I have in my hand that I will show you in just a moment. And on count 30, although you are pleading guilty, sentencing will be withheld until the completion of the initial trial of this case. After the trial of this case, after the initial trial of this case, provided defendant you have complied with the special conditions outlined in sections B, C, D, F, and I of section 3 special conditions of sentence of this plea agreement, the state agrees that the defendant shall be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree to null pros count 30, which means that the state will recommend to the court the following sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
As to count 1, 15 years to serve on probation subject to the special conditions contained in the plea agreement that I have in my hand that I will show you in just a moment. And on count 30, although you are pleading guilty, sentencing will be withheld until the completion of the initial trial of this case. After the trial of this case, after the initial trial of this case, provided defendant you have complied with the special conditions outlined in sections B, C, D, F, and I of section 3 special conditions of sentence of this plea agreement, the state agrees that the defendant shall be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree to null pros count 30, which means
C, possess or at the trial of your case.
Yes, ma'am.
The right to the presumption of innocence.
Yes, ma'am.
The right to testify on your own behalf and to present other evidence.
Yes, ma'am.
It is your decision to waive these rights and enter a guilty plea because you're in fact guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
With respect to indictment 22 SC 183-572, where you're charged with count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, count 47, conspiracy to commit a crime, count 48, participation in criminal street gang activity, and count 55, conspiracy to commit a crime. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with a full knowledge of the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have only a limited right to appeal this guilty plea conviction?
Yes, ma'am.
At the trial of your case.
Yes, ma'am.
which means the special conditions of the sentence, as outlined in Section 3, are that defendants shall abide in full by each and all of the terms of this negotiated agreement. Defendants' failure to abide by any term of this agreement shall constitute a violation of the agreement. Defendant shall testify truthfully about all matters relating to this case upon which he is questioned at any trial or judicial proceeding stemming from the facts alleged in this indictment. In accordance with testifying truthfully about all matters relating to this case, defendant acknowledges that each and all of the statements contained within the defendant's factual acknowledgments section of this agreement are true. Defendant shall testify truthfully about each statement contained within defendant's factual acknowledgments and any matters related to this case when asked to do so in any proceeding related to the facts alleged in this indictment. Defendant shall possess no guns unless his right to do so is restored. The special conditions of the sentence.
At the trial of your case.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
All right. Before signing this indictment, did you have the opportunity to fully discuss all of the facts and circumstances therein with your attorney, Mr. Hoover, to your satisfaction?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything about the indictment you wish to ask me or ask any questions about?
No, sir.
All right. I'll note the indictment's been signed and the plea has been entered. Mr. Sumlin, based upon the responses that you've given during the court's inquiry, I find that your guilty plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I find a factual basis for your plea. I'm going to accept your plea as tendered and as negotiated. As it pertains to you in count 1, that's conspiracy to violate the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act. This court will sentence you to 15 years to serve on probation subject to the special conditions that have been set forth on the record already in terms of your plea, and I'll go over some of those with you in just a minute. As it pertains to count 4.
Yes, sir.
All right. Before.
The special conditions: defendant shall commit no criminal acts. Defendant shall submit to random drug screenings by the Department of Community Supervision and any agency designated by the court in this case. Should the defendant test positive for any Schedule 1, 2, or 3 drug, defendant shall within 30 days of said positive test undergo drug rehabilitation as designated by the court or the Department of Community Supervision and shall successfully complete said rehabilitation program. Defendant relinquishes any Fifth Amendment right related to any statement contained within defendant's factual acknowledgments contained within this plea agreement. Section 4, defendant's factual acknowledgments. Have you initialed each and all of the defendant's factual acknowledgments contained within Section 4 of this document?
Yes, ma'am.
Defendant shall commit no criminal acts. Defendant shall
All right, look, man. I done heard enough. Now, look. For all y'all people with that, are they gonna go in there and plead the fifth? Did y'all? First of all, so let me deal with Antonio Sledge first. He the newest one, right? They just told this man that even though he pled guilty and he have a plea bargain, his stuff can't even kick in into the YSL trial is over with. What? wait. What? My whole plea, everything y'all telling me, the curfew, the probate, the drug, now y'all telling me none of this kicks in until the trial is over? What the heck? What was the point of plea? And for all y'all, they did plead the fifth. You just heard that lady say he can't plead the fifth. Ain't no fifth. You can read it. Yeah, they heard y'all talk. Oh no, they just gonna use the fifth. Yeah, they got it all figured out. They just gonna plead the fifth. You just heard that lady tell that man the fifth ain't even on the table for this nigga. Bruh. Then with the YSL, with the Obama dude, oh my God, like it's just getting worse and worse. And I've been seeing all day people saying Young Thug coming home in the summer. How? With all these pleas, nigga, this plea, that plea, that plea, this plea. You got a curfew. You get 20 years probation. You get 15 years probation. And all the pleas state these things. YSL is a gang. Now it's YSL has committed criminal activities. And Young Thug is the leader of YSL. Besides the co-founder dude. Lord Jesus. Y'all pray for Thugger, man. I'm going to keep y'all updated. The video would have been too long if I just let y'all hear the whole thing, man. But as y'all can see, Young Thug he in some trouble, man. Pray for Thugger. That's all I can tell y'all. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think, man. It's your boy Buddha. I'm out.